Damn, the Dow tumbles 800 points as sell-off intensifies following Trump's confirmation of tariffs on Mexico and Canada. 800 points is a lot. The only numbers that I could think that are bigger than 800 points are his cholesterol numbers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into a major financial unravel that is making headlines worldwide. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has plummeted over 800 points following President Trump's announcement of new tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. This move has set shockwaves through global markets and sparked a wide range of reactions. Let's get into it.
You know what's about to happen, don't you? All of these people's wives are about to divorce them. You see, rich people, they actually believe their wives are with them because they have clarity, because they're smart, because they understand what's going on. That's not the reason why women are with rich men. It helps, but that's not the reason. Sometimes actually they find it a bit annoying. The reason why women are with rich men is because they can provide them a great lifestyle. Cars, houses, holidays, the clothing. Let me tell you, the difference between a rich girl's budget and a broke girl's budget is completely different. So when you divorce the dude, often the settlement is based on earnings at the time you initiate the divorce. So before all of these people cash in the losses, before they realize their losses because they sell their stock or whatever, you want to go in and divorce them when they're rich. That's the sad gold digger mentality. The good women will stay with the men even after they go broke. The gold diggers, they getting ready to leave the men.
America's on its way to a recession, and the stock market is in a free fall after Trump announced his tariffs on Canada and Mexico will be going into effect tomorrow, and there's nothing that can be done to stop them. Americans are losing money, and they're losing it fast. Since Trump's announcement just 1 hour ago, Dow Jones has gone down by 2%, wiping out all of the gains made so far under his administration. And if you don't invest, you'll still be losing money because the goods you buy will be more expensive. We're talking pharmaceuticals, lumber, cars, tequila, avocados, and plenty of other goods will be going up in price, and you need to be aware of that. Not to mention that all of this comes as the Atlanta Fed is projecting that our GDP will go down by 3% in the first quarter of 2025. 1 month ago, they projected it would be going up by 4%, and that is a stark contrast to where we're at today because of Trump's policy. If anybody ever tries to tell you that Trump is good for the economy, they are lying to you. Don't be deceived. The Trump administration is currently destroying the American economy as we speak.
The stock market dropped today 600 points on one single stock, and they are expecting an even bigger drop tomorrow. I wanted to bring up a past situation. I'm not too sure if anyone else remembers, but do you remember in March 2020, right before the COVID pandemic happened and it was confirmed? That is when the stock market dropped. I can't exactly remember how many points, but I remember losing over $16,000 on my stocks. Now, it did. I just want to bring some comfort right now because I know everyone's freaking out because, people are losing money. I do remember that after about a year or two, my stock market did get back up to what I had it. However, if you have some money to put away, this is the perfect time to be buying stocks. I would probably wait like about another week or so just to see and then start purchasing them. But this is the time to not stress and to not worry. Especially if you're young, your 401k will readjust. The ones that I am concerned about is the elderly that are close to retirement and everything. And I'm hoping and praying that they weren't highly affected by this.
So this is going to be the ultimate FAFO for all you Americans that did vote for Trump. If you aren't aware, which I don't know how you aren't, but if you're not aware, the stock market crashed hard, very, very hard. And that being said, I hope you guys are really prepared to pay some big bucks for everything. Everything's going up in price. Now, I feel sympathetic for the ones that voted for Kamala. The ones who didn't vote, I don't feel bad for you. You could have fucking spoke up, but you didn't. So for all the yous that didn't vote and the megas out there, you're getting exactly what everybody was fucking telling you was going to happen. Congratulations.
Tariffs are going into effect this week with apparently no last-minute deal of avoiding them. And what has occurred since this announcement? Well, the stock market is down almost 2% on the day, with tech stocks getting absolutely hammered. Companies like NVIDIA are down almost 10%, which for one of the largest companies in the world is pretty significant. And while the stock market seems to be falling off a cliff, we're actually getting better than expected mortgage rate reaction. See, the 10-year treasury is also down over 1%. And if you're not aware, the 10-year treasury is an indicator as to where mortgage rates are going to go. So if this trend continues, which it's been doing for the last week or so, we could likely see lower mortgage rates before the next rate cut happens. As it stands right now, the 10-year treasury is at 4.1%, down from 4.8, and in September of 2024, it was actually at 3.6, and that resulted in a mortgage rate of 6%, which is substantially lower than where we are right now. So if we get this trend continuing with lower 10-year treasuries, we could actually see 6% mortgage rates pretty quickly. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and see how the economic data plays out. We could have pretty low mortgage rates before summer. And what do you think is going to happen to the housing market if we have sub 6% rates? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow me for more.
We have some major breaking news right now. The stock market is officially in free fall after Donald Trump announced that tariffs on 25% will be coming from Mexico and Canada tomorrow, and there's nothing that will stop them. In less than an hour since this announcement, the Dow Jones is down more than 820 points, almost 2% in just an hour. This has now erased almost all the gains that the market had made since Trump became president, which means Americans are losing money fast. But that's not all. Prices of goods are about to skyrocket. I just did a full breakdown of everything that'll be impacted on my Substack, link to my bio. Go check it out, subscribe for free. But in essence, Mexican goods include produce, like avocados, include electronics, include cars. Cars could rise up to $12,000 to buy a car. Canadian goods include lumber, include pharmaceuticals, and so much more. It's coming fast, and you need to be aware. And I will continue to report as much information as we get when we get it. But right now, the market is falling. I'll provide you updates every step of the way. Follow along for more.
I voted for Trump because of the economy. He's a businessman. He's going to do great things for the economy. Okay, then what's this? What's this? This is today. This is after he said that he's going to impose the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Oh, wait, you think it's just the Dow Jones? I got some NASDAQ numbers for you, too. Look at that. That's today. Today. Oh, and I have a video for you.
The United States has been taken advantage of for 40 years. The United States has been a laughingstock for years and years. That's why this gentleman is built in Taiwan instead of building here. It would have been better if he built here. If we had a president that knew what they were doing. And we had a lot of them very bad on trade.
I'm no economist, but I know down when it comes to money means bad. This is a legitimate question. How much longer do we have to sit through this until we impeach this man? To all the people that voted for him because of the economy, I don't want to hear you say, oh, we have to go down before we have to go up. Even though that's what you're going to say. So there you have it. He's messing with your money now. You don't care about human rights, our standing in the world, or literally anything besides your money. Do something.
Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a quick post just to give you my 2 cents as we watch the markets continue to falter today and tell you what I'm going to be focusing on in the coming week. As you might have heard, NVIDIA did post strong results, but there clearly are questions about whether or not the strength of those results beating estimates were as good as the investors truly were hoping. Because NVIDIA has actually traded down on the day, which suggests that those results and the forecasts were disappointing to investors. Additionally, Trump has messaged that the Mexico and Canada tariffs will go in place next week, in addition to an increased tariff amount on China goods. So we really don't know if that's going to happen given the track record of truth-telling on this topic, but we will be watching for that, and I'm sure we're seeing impact to the market today because of that uncertainty. So the most telling about the economic performance for me will be tomorrow. At 8:30 Eastern Time tomorrow, we're going to see the personal income and outlays along with the PCE, which will tell us what has happened to both income and consumption in the month of January. It's clear based on individual company results that the boycotts that are happening are absolutely hurting the companies that are being boycotted, and we will see whether or not that consumption has shifted to retailers that are not being boycotted. My hunch is that we will see quite a shift, but I also think that overall consumption will be lower because of just a general boycott of the marketplace as a whole, where people are just deciding it's not the right time to spend. So I'll give my 2 cents tomorrow after we see that. But in the meantime, it's another volatile day in the market. And I just encourage everyone to make sure you understand your risk exposure in your portfolios, in your 401ks, your brokerage accounts, and that your risk profile is aligned to your risk tolerance. Hope you're doing well. Thanks.
Alright, let's get straight into it. The stock market is in free fall right now, and it's all thanks to Trump's latest move, slapping 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. The Dow dropping over 800 points in just an hour, wiping out nearly all the gains it made since Trump took office. That is not just a minor dip, that is a financial earthquake. So what does this mean for everyday Americans? Well, first off, if you have money in stocks, your portfolio is probably bleeding right now. People are seeing their retirement services, their 400 1Ks and their investment shrinks in real time. It's deja vu for those who remember the market crash in early 2020 when COVID hit. But this time, it's not a pandemic, it's a policy decision. And even if you don't invest in stocks, you are not safe from the fallout. Prices for everyday goods are about to go through the roof. We are talking about cars, electronics, food, lumber, and pharmaceuticals. Anything that comes from Mexico and Canada is about to get significantly more expensive. For example, avocados getting ready to pay double. That's taking you enjoy a price hike. Cars could increase in prices by as much as $12,000 thanks to these tariffs. And if you are hoping for a new home or revolution, lumber prices are going to hit you hard. The problem is tariffs hasn't just taxes on their foreign companies. They are taxes on us, on American consumers. Companies that import goods don't just eat that extra cost, they pass it down to us. So if you think inflation is bad now, just wait until these prices hikes kicks in. But let's take a step back and ask why. Why would Trump do this? The official reason is that he wants to protect American industries and force Mexico and Canada to negotiate better trade deals. But the reality, it's a risky gambling, and history has shown us that tariffs like this usually backfire. Other countries retaliate with their own tariffs. American companies struggles to compete and consumers bear the brunt of the cost. And let's talk about how investors are reacting. Tech stocks, which we are already volatile, are taking massive hits. NVIDIA, one of the biggest companies in the world, dropped nearly 10% today alone. That is huge. When one of the strongest sectors in the market takes that kind of hit, you know things are bad. And it's not just tech retailers, auto marketers, and even agriculture stocks are getting hammered. The entire economy is feeling the pain. Now, some people are trying to look on the bright side. They are pointing out the mortgage rates could drop as a result of this market panic. The 10-year Treasury yield is down, which often leads to lower mortgage rates. But here's the catch. Lower mortgage rates won't mean much if people can't afford homes because construction costs go up and wages stagnate due to economic uncertainty. And speaking of economic uncertainty, let's talk about the big picture. The Atlanta Fed that adjusted its GDP projection a month ago. They predicted the economy will grow by 4% in the first quarter of 2025. Now they are saying it could shrink by 20%. That is a massive wing in just a few weeks. And it tells you everything you need to know about the direction we are heading. A recession is no longer just a possibility. It's looking more and more like an inevitability. Now let's get into the reaction. Social media is on fire right now. Some people are panicking about their investments, others are furious at Trump, and of course, MAGA supporters are still trying to spin this as a good thing. But the reality is, this is hurting everyone. Even people who voted for Trump are realizing that their wallets are taking a hit. One tweet I saw said, I lost $30,000 today because of this tariff nonsense. How is this good for American? And another person commented, so Trump is punishing us for buying cars and groceries now. Makes sense. But then you have the dead high supporters saying this is the price we pay for America first, as if economic devastation is priority. And you know who is probably watching all of this with a shrink? China. Because whilst we are busy sabotaging our own economy, they are sitting back and strengthening their trade partnership with other countries. If Trump wanted to make America stronger against China, this is not the way to do it. Now let's talk about another angle that isn't being discussed enough. Divorces. Yeah, you heard that right. Every time there is a financial crisis, divorce rates here spike. Why? Because many rich people don't realize that their wives are with them for their lifetime, not for their brilliancy. So when the market crashes and their network tanks, a lot of these women are getting out while they still can. And the smart ones, they are filing for divorce now, while their husband's portfolio still look good on paper. Once those losses are realized, their settlement gets a lot smaller. And let's not be real, this is the ultimate fuffle. Fuck around and find out. Moments for Trump supporters. People were warned that Trump's economic policy were a devastating waiting to happen. They ignored it. They are watching their investment vanish, their cost of living rise, and their job security get shaken. For the people who voted for Kamala Harris and we are hoping for a different policy, this sucks, but at least they can say they tried to prevent it. But for the MAGA crowd, they are getting exactly what they voted for. And what about the people who didn't vote at all? Well, this is why sitting out election isn't an opinion. If you didn't vote, you play the part in letting this happen. So what happens next? Experts are saying the market could keep dropping, especially if other countries retaliate with their own tariffs. We could see major layoffs in industries that rely on imports. We could see consumer spending slow down because people are going to be spending more just to afford necessities. And if you are not careful, this could spiral into a full-blown recession. But here's my advice. If you are young and you have some extra cash, this might actually be buying opportunity. Stocks are on sale right now. If you miss out on the last market dip in 2020, this might be your chance to buy it in at this a discount. Just be patient and don't panic sales. For retirees, though, this is a nightmare. If you are close to retirement and we are relying on your investment to keep you comfortable, this kind of market volatility is terrifying. I genuinely hope those who are here nearing retirement aren't too heavily invested in stock right now. At the end of the day, this is a mess. The market is down, costs are up, and the economy is slowing. Trump's policy are proving once again they are not built for long-term stability. So if you are struggling right now, just know you are not alone. And if you are not one of the people who saw this coming, you have every right to say I told you so. That is all for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you worried about the stock market crash? Are you seeing price hikes already? And what do you think will happen next? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any my next updates. Stay informed, stay smart, and I will see you in the next one.